welcome back to our well, not even welcome back, because the first episode we didn't even work out, so this is, to us, the second episode, but to you watching, this is the first one you'll ever see of it.
First episode.
This is our unnamed, untitled movie podcast, where we're going to be discussing mostly new releases that we've seen at the movie theatre. Mostly that in detail, but, we'll throw in some maybe movies we've seen at home, and also like re-releases of older movies that we've seen at the movie theatre.
Mm-hmm.
Like this week, we did actually see kind of like a re-release at the movie, so we will discuss that a little bit later.
It was interesting.
What did we see this week?
Well, we start off on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had the mystery movie at AMC's Screen Unseen, and luckily for us, it ended up being Nirvana, the show, the band, the movie.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Obviously, we'll go into more details about what we enjoyed about it and such and such.
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. It was great.
And then on Wednesday, we saw the new Dracula, Dracula, a love story.
With that Landry fellow.
Yeah, we saw it with our friend Connie. And then on the Thursday, we saw the new Wuthering Heights with Kalani's sister, my sister-in-law, Zane. And then lastly, yesterday for Valentine's Day, one of our local independent movie theaters, Sunray Cinema in Tampa, was hosting Uncomfortable Brunch, which is a sort of film club from Orlando area. They do a lot of showings in Tampa there. Yeah. And they showed Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2. So yeah, we watched basically like 5 hours of...
Yep, it was a long day, but
it
was worth it. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. What did we watch at home this week?
What did we watch at home this week?
Did we actually watch any movies at home?
I'm not sure. Monday we did that. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Crash.
Oh yes, Crash. Yeah, Crash was the catalyst to us seeing Nymphomaniac.
Yeah, I did like post on my TikTok after we saw Crash, asking for recommendations for other like freaky movies, and yeah, it's become my most popular TikTok now, so that's fun.
Hey.
So yeah, we were like, we wanted to go see like a double bill of movies on Valentine's Day.
We were desperate to try to find like a good like double feature, but none of the we really wanted to see Pretty in Pink, the 40th anniversary at AMC, but none of the showtimes lined up quite right out of the movies we'd already seen. And we also wanted to go to dinner afterwards, so it was just we were trying to find the right combo of movies. And AMC, we were about to settle for a single feature until we saw Sunray Cinema was doing a double bill of Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2. It was like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, so that's what we ended up going to see. And yeah, Valentine's Day was lovely. However, the day after Valentine's Day, which is today, I am sick. And Kalani has been sick basically all week. And I thought I was invincible and that I like had missed the sickness. No, I've gotten it today. So I'm feeling a little rough. Which sucks because it will most likely be people's first introductions to us talking about movies, and I feel like I don't have as much energy as I usually do. So keep watching. Come back next week because I'll probably be a lot more energetic.
All right.
Also, if you don't know I don't know why I'm talking as if we've actually already done an episode, but I basically research the movies, and Kalani is kind of like my, oh my god, that's crazy guy. And then we kind of just discuss the movies that we've seen.
It's fun to talk about movies.
Yeah.
Fun to share that discussion, see how others feel about it. Call me a dummy. Call us dummies. Say we're geniuses, please. That's up to you, but I mean...
Okay. Should we just jump straight into the first movie? Okay, so Monday we saw Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, which is a Canadian comedy directed by Matt Johnson, written by Matt Johnson and Jay Carroll, and those two are the main characters playing sort of fictionalized versions of themselves. The film is based on Johnson and Carroll's 2007 to 2009 web series, also named Nirvana, the band, the show.
Two ends, it's different.
And it also apparently did have like an actual television series. I think it aired on Vice, if you remember Viceland.
Oh,
they did.
They had some good shows.
Yeah, Vice was fun. I was like obsessed with it. Like,
what else was on there? I remember it was like a good era.
They did like good documentary stuff. I remember like watching one where it's about like the illegal tattoo trade in like South Korea and stuff, because legally only like qualified doctors are allowed to give tattoos, so all tattooists are like underground.
Dang.
And do it illegally.
They're all technically back alley doctors.
Yeah, it's basically like decriminalized, I guess, where like at this point where it's like everyone knows it's going on. But yeah, I remember watching a documentary on that Vice like produced.
Vice. Shout out. I remember that being just like a nice era as far as like like programming, and like the both like Vice and MTV had
Vice.
Like,
yeah,
Vice
was kind of like the cooler, edgier BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Man, I wish I could remember what show that used to be on Vice that I fucked with. I can't remember though. Yeah.
But yeah, the film was shortlisted for the Rogers Best Canadian Film Award at the Toronto Film Critics Association Awards in 2025. The movie currently sits at a 4.3 on Letterboxd, and we both rated it a 4.5.
Honestly, this is a rating that for me, it could change
too.
to 5.
Like, since
as I sit on it, I realize, I think about it, I see even more about it. I'm like, this was a special movie.
Yeah, since originally rating it like straight after the movie, I'm like, this could like become one of those movies that we watch like all the time, like sort of like a comfort movie.
It's absolutely like it's a movie that does almost everything it wants to do. And when I try to think, why didn't I give it 5 stars? It's like maybe because the type of movie it is, it just has clear limitations. But I guess that's not a bad thing.
Nah, it was really good.
It was solid. It was
hilarious so like cleverly done. I
felt super fortunate. We had a theater that like also enjoyed it, and like because we saw it during a mystery movie. I heard that other people had like theaters that were kind of dead, that no laughter, like with walkouts. I was happy our theater was like.
Yeah, it was like loving it.
Everyone was laughing. It was so fun.
And it's like I keep remembering more and more bits.
Yeah, a lot of good bits.
That like, like just make me laugh. Like, I love like the sort of comedy movies and shows where like you can revisit it and you'll always find a new bit that's like, I never registered that before, and that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I recently saw a clip from Nirvana, the show, the band, the movie, the band, the show, the movie, where
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, the band, the show, the show, the movie, the movie, the movie,
yeah,
the show, the band.
I saw a clip where one of the bits where it's like, we'll never visit that bar again as civilians.
We'll never visit that
bar. And
bar
that's like hilarious to like not call themselves civilians, like because they think they're gonna become so famous from this show that like,
I mean they'll be basically presidents in society.
Yeah. Obviously it's like a kind of like a sci-fi comedy mockumentary.
Yeah, they do this, you see it when you start watching the movie, but this live style comedy where they're in the wild, kind of just trying to almost get the people around them to react to their characters and what their characters are doing. And
very reminiscent of like like old YouTube.
Yeah, I used to watch this group Mega 64, and I believe that they must be intertwined because I saw they had some project together. But the style of just doing things in public, and part of it, before the term social experiment was bastardized and run through the mud, this is the feeling that this movie kind of brings back to me. It's nostalgic, very 2008, ironically enough.
Yeah, so in my notes, like after they fail to pull off a publicity stunt, it becomes like a great sci-fi and also like sort of a comical take on like the culture of 2008.
Yeah. The reveal. The it's not a reveal for us. It's very obvious to the audience. But when the characters realize that they're in 2008, is probably might be like the best bit in 2026 so far.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the theater watching The Hangover. And it's a funny movie. We all love The Hangover. It was great. They're all watching it. They're giggling. Then they tell a couple of jokes using a certain word, and it's like every single person around him is cracking up. Then they tell the same joke again. They're cracking up. He's like, and he's like, oh my god. And he runs out.
Yeah, and there's an ad on a bus that has Jared Fogle
newspaper
in.
with Bill Cosby. Yeah, absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But in the whole 2008, that is so, it's so creatively done. Where I was genuinely questioning whether there was de-aging CGI done.
Yeah, so they ultimately go well, we don't want to stay in 2008, and they figure out that the way that the time machine worked is through spilling a bottle of Orbits, like the soda, the discontinued soda, on his like
Ridiculous.
Back to the Future-esque time machine contraption. And they figure out to make it work again, they need to find a bottle of Orbits. And where do they know that they have bottles of Orbits? In their old selves' apartment. So they sort of end up running into their old selves. And the way they do it is so creative that, we were like, did they actually like use de-aging like CGI, or like did they just happen to find people that like younger people who looked exactly like them? But no, apparently they like literally just utilized like archive footage of themselves in order to like work around the constraints of this movie to make it work, which is like so incredibly intelligent to do.
Wild and creative.
And like it's very cute.
Yeah, go see the movie. It's really good. Nirvana then showed the movie. It's the bits where they and then when they go back in time, there's a whole one of the characters' is famous bit. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what like the movie has like great themes of like obviously friendship is like the main theme, and like, but it also has like a take on like celebrity life where like they do the whole thing of like, oh well, if you change one thing in the past, like it'll affect the future, and obviously they end up changing something in the past, and when they get back to the future, one of them is like an international superstar and the other one like isn't, and the one who becomes the international superstar finds out that like, hey, actually like kind of sucks, and for a while he's kind of like, even like when things start to go wrong, he's still trying to like grasp onto this like international stardom.
And he made it. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, but they didn't want to play Nintendo 64 with him.
Oof. No, let's not even go. Let's not even, just in case someone hasn't seen the movie. Let's not even say the big reveal in that case. But big event happens. They gotta go back. Yeah. They gotta go back.
It reminds, but like it like leads on to like one of my favorite bits throughout the movie is they do like these kind of like black and white flashbacks, of stuff that we've already seen happen, and the first like half of the flashback is it's just in black and white, sort of slowed down a little bit of the part we've already seen, but then they add a little bit more onto it, which is hilarious. Like the one where
wow, still wearing that hat.
Yeah, exactly. Like where like
that's
we've already seen the part where like Matt tries to like get Jay to like remember him, and he's like Jay's acting like he doesn't remember him. And then like at one point when they're thinking back on it, they think back on it, and then like it's actually just footage of like Jay actually like straight up insulting Matt in the tense that
was like
he's acting like he doesn't remember it.
He absolutely, he's just insulting him to his face over and over, and it's revealed to us that okay, this guy's he's not being a good friend.
Yeah, but ultimately, you know, the friendship survives, and that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
You know, like even though Matt's character, he's like the one who comes up with all these like crazy zany plans. They work out in the end.
Things work out.
And maybe it's not where they ideally want to be in life, but like
as long as you got a friend with you, that
but like
feels
when
like
they've had the luxury to experience these different lives, and ultimately Jay's decided like, yeah, this is the life I want. But like this is, if we were to say watch one movie from this week that we've seen, it would be this movie. I personally think it's one of the best comedies I've seen in years.
It's really, really good.
It's like basically like a straight up comedy, because I loved Friendship from last year, but that's like kind of like in my eyes kind of like also like a psychological thriller. But like this is like straight up comedy, straight up like belly laugh, straight up like I would like actually love to go see this in the movie theater again.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Because I just want to like I love to laugh.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of like hyphenated comedies we enjoyed, like Send Help was another one. That's like a horror comedy.
That's great.
Friendship was like a psychological thriller kind of comedy, but this was so welcome. This was it filled a place in my heart I forgot about for a minute.
And you know, like everyone's like really big into like the millennial optimism right now. And,
I forgot
feel like this is great for it. Like
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. If you
is
when your millennial optimism fulfilled, bring you back to 2008 for a moment. You know, absolutely go for it. It's there. It's waiting for you. You need it. You need Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. It'll change your life.
What are you saying to me right now? You don't want to go back to 2008?
2008. Remember Obama?
Obama.
It's a good movie. You should see it.
It's really good. Yeah. This is our movie of the week. If you're gonna go see any of the movies we talk about, go see this movie, because I want everyone to go see this movie. I want it to do well. I want people to love it.
I think we'll probably buy the Blu-ray as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, as two people who haven't necessarily seen their previous stuff, I think don't be discouraged by that. I think go into it, you'll love it.
Some people worry about the baggage of seeing there was a show. Don't. It's great. Watch it. Watch it. The full stop. There's no like asterisk. Watch it.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
Next we're gonna talk about Dracula from 2025. We obviously saw it this year. Dracula, a love story, I think it's also being called. We saw it with our friend who is very big into like Dracula, horror, like, but like a very specific genre of horror, like the Dracula kind of. So it was fun going to see it with our friend who's really into that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like we should acknowledge that this was written and directed by Luc Besson.
Yeah.
Who's like a bad guy. He's like a bad guy. He's also known for Leon the Professional, The Messenger, The Story of Joan of Arc, The Fifth Element, and Lucy.
Yeah. I like The Fifth Element and Lucy. It's a shame.
Yeah. But that being said, this movie wasn't very good anyway.
Yeah, off rip, I'm straight up gonna say this movie had no business being R-rated. I don't. There's such a tonal dissonance between that I don't understand how it's R-rated.
That's one that something I made a point of. I will just say the cast does include Caleb Landry Jones, Zoe Blue Seidel, and Christopher Waltz. If I had 2 nickels for every 1800s little story that Christopher Waltz has been in this last year, I'd have 2 nickels.
Mm-hmm. Surprisingly,
it currently sits at a 3.1 on Letterboxd.
I think,
but we both rated it a 2.5.
Yeah, I think a 3.1's a little generous, but it's okay.
But yeah, that's going back to your previous point of, I did write that I feel like the film really does suffer from not really knowing what it wants to do. At some points you're getting like full out violent.
Like the violence is actually
being ripped out.
The violence is actually very fun. It's actually like really like it's really good violence in a movie.
It's bloody.
Yeah, it's bloody. It's like, it's what you'd hope to see from like a some kind of Dracula romance. It's bloody. It's like it's violent. It's really fun in that way.
Yeah.
And then
the next minute you're getting CGI comic relief gargoyles.
There are CGI comic relief gargoyles.
Better be suited to like a family friendly movie.
At some point the gargoyles and him are like fighting a war, and he has to go take care of business, and he sees the gargoyles and he's like, "Hey guys, think you can buy me some time?" And the gargoyle's like, "We got you, boss." It's
and also
it's
the gargoyle
so
at one point, like, obviously if you don't know the story of Dracula, like, what are you doing? But like classic Dracula, Jonathan Harker is imprisoned in Dracula's castle. At one point, the freaking CGI gargoyle is bringing Jonathan Harker's soup and spilling the soup everywhere.
He was so cute. The gargoyle was so cute.
It's like, but exactly.
It was so cute.
If I'm watching a PG movie with like CGI gargoyles and I'm like, whoa, he's so cute, but in like an R-rated movie I'm like,
really,
this is like adorable, like, what is happening?
It's important. I know I dung it for a second, but like the worst part is I liked the gargoyles. I thought they were really funny.
I the gargoyles.
I thought they were really cute. And so when it comes back to the tonal dissonance, there's another issue with this where a lot of this movie is really campy and really funny, and then some of it's really, really, really serious.
Yeah.
Some of it's really serious, and some of that is the most uncompelling parts of the movie. Whenever the movie's kind of being campy, it's actually really fun.
Like every time we were getting a scene where it was like the doctor and the priest, and like
the thing was fine when the priest was being
shut down. I was like, get back to the love. Like,
yes,
it's Dracula a love story. Get back to the love story.
The love story actually is really well. It's really solid.
Caleb Landry Jones yearning for his dead wife.
The love story part of it is really well done. It's any other part of it that's serious that is so boring that it's demanding almost a patience of a movie that doesn't have CGI gargoyle comic relief characters, and that's the real tonal dissonance that I feel like I'm dealing with, where the scenes between the Doctor and Christopher Waltz priest character, it's fine when the priest is being extra cheeky, but when they're both playing it straight, I'm like, all right, man, we know what this is. But when Caleb Andrew Jones Dracula's talking to is it Jonathan Harkness?
Yes.
He's talking to him and being cheeky. I'm like, okay, this is cute, but then that brings me to my kind of other issue. There are 3 really, really good 3.5 really good performances in this movie, and then everyone else, I don't like dinging people's performances.
Yeah, they're kind of
they
like
suck the life out of the movie. So Christoph Waltz, solid. Caleb Andrew Jones,
great. Like, actually great.
Like, and I kept on dinging it for the serious parts. Like, actually, when he's serious, it's good.
That's what makes it the perfect thing, is making Dracula like a medium ugly guy.
Yeah.
That has like a little quirked up swag. Yes. And that's what makes it perfect.
He's quirked up, and you see the appeal. It's like
like put him in
he
a
looks
little
strange, but he's also like, okay, I see
like,
it.
put him in a little historical costume.
Yes.
It's perfect.
And then the third good performance was the main love interest,
Mina.
Mina, do you know her actress name?
Zoe Blue Seidel.
She did a great job. And then the half would be the vampire girl,
Elizabeth.
Yes,
Eliza.
She had a good performance as well, but it was like a half because she.
Speaking of her, the actress, like every scene she was in, she was clocking in for a shift at the Cunt Factory.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that reveal when her and Dracula meet for the same time. It was like,
the
Spike,
1800s.
It was almost like a Spike Lee dolly shot, but she was just serving like.
Like you turn up to the ball, you think you're the cuntiest of them all, and she, oh my God, she clocked in. It was crazy.
It was the parts where this movie is being campy and fun are actually great.
Which
and the romance of it is actually great. And there's a lot of it. It's as I'm talking about this movie, I'm like, I didn't realize there was so much about this movie I liked.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the parts that didn't work really didn't work for me.
Yeah, and ultimately. When we're talking about the ending,
the ending, I get it, but
also it just doesn't feel earned in the way. So the ending, as you can probably guess, they kill Dracula. So ultimately Dracula he
lets himself go, kinda.
So he makes Mina realize that she's the reincarnation of his dead wife. Mm-hmm. And when she realizes this, he uses hypnosis.
He doesn't use his secret ultra power perfume.
Perfume.
He has
extra
every means to manipulate her artificially to love him, and he actively chooses to not do any of this. Just meet her, and connect with her, and she
is like, okay, yes, I remember everything. I actually want to be with you forever. Turn me into a vampire. I love you. I want to be with you forever. And
it's very romantic, actually. Yeah.
It's very romantic because he has been searching for hundreds of years.
You'd think he would do anything in his power to grab her, but he's surprisingly reserved. This is a true love story. He doesn't want to manipulate her.
Also, the man that she has been engaged to for 3 weeks, who is now
she did not
Jonathan
fuck
Harker.
with him.
Not only did she not fuck with him, but he was actively giving me the ick while I was watching. He's just made it back to Paris from Romania, and he's laid on the couch moaning and groaning, and it's ew,
bro, get
ew.
Get up. Doing too much.
Yeah,
get up. Walk it off. He walked from what country? Romania to within France?
They were in Paris, yeah.
From Romania to Paris, and he's laid up on the couch.
Ew.
Ew.
Chill
out. Get up.
Actually, stand up.
Walk
stand
it off,
up.
Man. There's no question why Mina chose Dracula. I mean, he's
cool. I'm sorry. Dracula's cool. Even in Nosferatu, which is one of my favorite movies of 2024.
Jonathan Harkness in that one had heart though.
Yeah, he had heart, but also Dracula's cool in every single universe. I'm sorry, Dracula's cool in every single universe.
Cool. Yeah, Dracula's cool.
We watched Interview with a Vampire. I've seen it before. It was your first time watching it, right? We watched Interview with a Vampire a few weeks back.
There won't be vampires or...
Obviously, we need to watch the series, but the movie, at the end of, Brad Pitt's character telling his little sob story, the interviewer is oh... make me a vampire, and Brad Pitt's character's
listen to my story.
Did you not listen to anything I just said?
You're a moper.
Yeah, it sounds freaking awesome. Because not only
he sounds such a whiner.
Being a vampire is crazy because it's not it's immortality with the promise of death at the same time. if you're a vampire, you can literally be like, okay, actually, I do feel like dying right now.
Yeah.
Someone shove a
Rather
stick
than
in my
die,
heart.
he just wanted to complain. Oh my god.
So it's like, being a vampire in every single universe is so cool.
Like, also, Interview of a Vampire. Tom Cruise is a good actor.
Yeah,
I would say.
the vampire Lestat.
Lestat's so
Awesome.
cool.
That's why we need to. That's why I really want to watch.
Lestat shows up at the end like.
That's why I really want to watch the series, because they just come out with a Lestat series for
So
HBO,
cool.
whatever it is. Oh, it's AMC.
He's
I don't
so
know.
cool.
Anyway, we're getting off topic. Why would you want to go out with the beta Jonathan Harker, who's laying on your couch moaning and groaning, when you've got Caleb Landry Jones Dracula in your bedroom being like, please, my love, remember our medieval love-making sessions.
And it worked. She remembered from her previous life. That's how strong their love was.
And so he brought out this little, like, music box, and she's all like, no, this is hypnosis. And he's like, no, my love, this is the box of the music you would play when you wanted me.
Yep.
She wanted him, and then she plays it later on. He leaves her alone. She starts playing the music box. She wants him.
The ending of this. So the ending of the movie, he's damned his soul to hell, and Christoph Waltz's character's like, oh, you're gonna damn her to hell too, but you can still go. You can still be forgiven. You just have to let her be free. It's like, and they go for it. The whole ending sequence. I'm rooting for the other side to lose. I love the romance between Dracula and Mina. I want them to win. And the other side's characters are so unappealing and so uncompelling the entire time watching. I'm like, man, go home.
One thing, like, maybe we can say it's because the director's like a fucking freak.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I feel like a woman's consent was really overlooked in this movie.
For real.
She was like, I want this. Like, you could get her to sign a contract and be like, I want this. This is my decision. I'm 100% of sound mind. And you would still get the men of this movie being like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. We need to save her. Like, and that's what pisses me off.
It makes no sense.
And maybe that's a reflection.
She was down with it.
Maybe that's a reflection of the director.
Maybe.
It makes no sense.
It was like, plot-wise, I see that that's supposed to happen, but character-wise, like, why? Why?
And we're missing the best part.
Obviously, the gargoyles.
The gargoyles. So...
The gargoyles are portrayed as...
The whole thing is that, once Dracula is killed, everyone who is under his spell or his curse will be released. So it's assumed that any of the vampires he's turned in his life, they'll not be vampires anymore. Tell me freaking why.
The CGI gargoyle comic relief side characters, yes.
Why Dracula is killed and the little gargoyles turn into little pale bald boys.
They turn into little naked pale bald boys wearing underwear.
They do have little loincloths on.
They're still grey. They're still grey.
No, they're like...
They walk out like in a daze.
Powder white.
It was odd.
They walk out...
They were real?
Little loincloth on into the snow. Also, there's a...
One of them fell in the water.
Yes! Like, at the scene when Jonathan Harker is escaping Dracula's castle, the little gargoyles are like, we need to get him! And so Jonathan Harker falls from the castle. It's frozen. The lake, there's like a little moat outside Dracula's castle. He walks on the
frozen lake.
So he goes to like walk over this frozen lake. One of the gargoyles tries to follow him out and falls in the water. Did that gargoyle get up? Does the gargoyle need to breathe underwater? Because he's a gargoyle, so I assume like he's like alive just under the water.
Yeah, he's just having a good time.
Does a little boy does the gargoyle get turned into a little boy and he's under the frozen ice?
Yes.
And he dies?
Yes, he's dead.
Scary.
They killed that little boy. I know which side is the side of good.
I personally think if we were going for like the CGI comic relief gargoyles, I think we should have turned the gargoyles into puppies. I think it would have been hilarious to have like
that'd been really funny.
Little puppies like running out with
So here's my feelings on the movie on a whole. I think One, Dracula should have won. All the boring losers should have been like, their boring loserdom should have been elevated, and so all of it would have been just really campy and fun and romantic.
Yeah, it should have been like
and violent.
There should have been a Sinners style flash forward where we see, because the vampirism of them was different, where like they clearly could go outside during the day.
Yeah.
So I just personally,
as long as they're strong,
I just personally would have loved to have seen, you know, a Sinners style flash forward where we see Dracula and Mina like living their best lives,
going to the BTS concert.
No, not going, like I would have preferred like maybe like in the 90s, like
in the 90s,
or like them
going to the NSYNC concert
more, or like even like the 1950s, like traveling.
Who was a big artist in the 90s? Elvis.
Was Elvis 50s?
Mama, I'm a Dracula.
Scary. But yeah, like, and like upon this discussion of this movie, like I'm like, like there is some solid points of it, but like
like as we were talking about this, I'm actually kind of annoyed that
But like it's
this actually I'm realizing this movie could have actually been awesome.
The movie, like, again, and the thing is, like, this is a story of when we saw the movie. The ending was so disappointing to people that a stranger literally came up to, like, our group of people, like, me, Kalani, and Connie, while we were discussing it. A stranger literally overheard us talking, happened to be in the same movie as us, and was like, oh no, guys, I literally agree. I was, like, texting my girlfriend about how bad the ending was.
It's ridiculous.
It's like,
they do, the romance is too good. How could I not root for them? It doesn't feel tragic when Dracula dies and leaves her. It's kind of like, why did you do that?
Again, yeah, and like, not only from everyone else, but also, unfortunately, from Dracula himself. Like,
yeah, like if they want to show,
she doesn't want you to free her.
If they
she
want
wants
to, show,
to be with you.
Like if they want to show her turn, like, oh, the vampirism's like corrupting her true personality or something. She's changing. They could have done that.
It doesn't seem like
the
vampirism makes people corrupt. It makes them a little freaky.
Yeah, but like we had no evidence that Mina had frankly changed at all, aside from like, maybe just kind of like, yeah, I'm with my guy. Yeah,
so what? It makes people a little freaky. Like, who cares? Like,
yeah, it's probably still staying at a 2.5.
Yeah,
but like,
it's for me too.
I'm realizing there really were a lot of pieces to this that I enjoyed, and I wish that it had more of those pieces I enjoyed and less of the pieces that I didn't.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, no, I think we hit most of the points. One point I would like to... This is like kind of like a bit of a boring point, but it actually will mix in with what the movie we're about to talk about next, is I am a stickler for historical costuming. This movie took liberties.
Oh, they were just doing whatever,
And specifically when I'm being and vampires are accurate, but like when I'm being presented an accurate time, I like my costumes to look accurate. So tell me why we have Caleb Landry Jones as Dracula in a 1700s getup, but the women around him are like dressed in early Elizabethan garb.
Shout out to the dance sequence. I thought it was very cute.
Yeah, that was awesome. But also, like, I like the costuming, but again, just me being a stickler.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the women's dresses, although they look gorgeous, not accurate.
I don't have an eye for it. To me, it's all just Bridgerton clothes. But
that's a disgusting thing to say.
Were they not wearing Bridgerton clothes?
No.
No one?
I mean... No, actually, like, Bridgerton's, like, romantical period, apart from, like, the Queen in Bridgerton, she wears, like, Georgian garb, which was the point where he was, like, biting all the people. That's Georgian, where they wear the big powder wigs. That's Georgian.
That's the main part I remember.
Like, that's, like, one spin-off season of Bridgerton, and that's just what the Queen wears.
Dracula's in Bridgerton.
No, okay. The next movie is... probably the most controversial one we're going to talk about this week. We're going to be talking about Wuthering Heights from 2026, directed by Emerald Fennell. Obviously, Emerald Fennell is also known for Promising Young Woman and Saltburn. This movie was produced by Emerald Fennell, as well as Margot Robbie and Jersey McNamara. The cast includes, obviously, Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi, Hong Shao, Shazad Latif, Alison Oliver, Martin Clunes, and Ewan Mitchell. And obviously, the music was done by the wonderful Charlie XCX, who released an album alongside the release of this movie. What are your initial thoughts of it? Kind of throwing you into the firing line first.
My first thoughts were it was okay. I was fine with it. Beautiful movie, but honestly,
Yeah.
you know what? Honestly, getting this out of the way, I've not read the source material.
Yeah, neither of us have.
But I'm aware of the discourse and the discussion around the movie. And my first thought watching the movie was, this movie would have been weird if Heathcliff was a person of color. He lives under her bed. She calls him a pet. It would have been a little weird. Or at least maybe it would have played differently if this character was a POC in this movie. It would have been a little jarring, and maybe that's the point. But at least this version of the movie maybe completely strips misrepresents how that dynamic existed. But this movie would have been a little weird if Jacob Elordi's character was the only person of color. That's why off rip. Let me just rip that band off, so it's not like a specter looming on the entire discussion. But otherwise, I like the movie. I never read the book. The ending surprised me. I liked it.
Yeah, speaking of the ending, I heard that in the book it continues as a part 2.
Really?
And it follows it has a theme of like a generational curse kind of thing.
Oh.
Which I know nothing of the book. I've never read it. But yeah, to me it was also surprising that she died at the end. I was expecting it to be like a love story. And yeah, she ends up so spoiler. I mean, if you're watching this, we give spoilers for the movies that like we don't want you to watch, apart from Nirvana Band the movie. Please go see that movie. But yeah, she dies at the end, and it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie is visually very stunning. I believe everyone's performance is good.
Yeah. I've seen some people speaking on the chemistry between Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, and I wouldn't say it's like non-existent, but I might agree a little bit with that. That maybe it wasn't firing on all cylinders.
It wasn't the chemistry that I believe we saw in Dracula.
Yeah.
Like that was like I felt like there was real chemistry there.
Yeah, and maybe that comes to the writing. Maybe that's the story. I thought the movie was fantastic in some fronts and just serviceable in others.
Yeah.
Thought the visuals, the music, the performance, a lot of the even some of the humor in it was actually really good.
Yeah.
Acting was good. I guess plot wise, it's a movie. I felt its length. I liked it, but I didn't love it. What did you end up giving it?
I didn't actually put it. I forgot.
I think I remember what I gave it.
I think I gave it a 3, maybe a 2.5.
I think I might have given it a 3.5, but I think I definitely feel like it's a 3.
I think originally when I came out, I think I gave it a 3.5, but I think I might have put it down. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, it's okay. One of those movies I'm not really gonna think about again. Unlike Promising Young Woman and Saltburn.
Yeah.
Which.
That's
I enjoy both of those like a lot, and they gave me a good impression. But like this is one where it's kind of like it's a movie. I watched it.
If there was one real disappointment, I thought this movie was gonna be freakier.
Yeah, that's what I put. Like I
really thought it was gonna be freakier.
So me and Kalani, more. Little personal fact about me: I'm super into the history of sex and the history of kink. And I recently. Which is crazy because like I love stuff like this. Recently, recently watched Crash for the first time. So it's kind of like set me on this journey to watch more freaky BDSM theme, freaky sexy movies. And I was low-key, not even low-key, high-key, like, going into this movie hoping if what I'm hearing about
if you're bastardizing the source material according to people, I was expecting something more debaucherous.
Not even bastardizing in the tense of changing what the race of Heathcliff's character. More bastardizing in the fact that they in the book that Heathcliff and Kathy don't even kiss. And obviously going into this we already knew they were gonna do more than kissing. But I wanted it to just do more. Like, obviously there is slight themes of BDSM. Like,
coming off of Saltburn, I expected more.
I just want to say, like, low-key kind of ridiculous themes of BDSM in this movie, where, like, the only kind of healthy BDSM representation we get is from Ewan Mitchell's character and whoever he's involved with at the time.
Oh yeah,
where, like,
I forgot about
that. They seem to be like servants of Catherine's household, of like in Wuthering Heights.
The hierarchy, if I'm honest, the hierarchy in the movie was actually a little difficult to read sometimes.
Yeah, they seem to like he seemed to be some sort of like horse.
Yeah, he was
manager,
like the stable master.
Boy. Yeah, stable master.
It was like 5 characters.
And then she was probably like a maid or something.
Yeah.
They seem to have like a healthy sort of BDSM relationship where like he gave her like a horse bit and they started having sex and stuff.
Yeah, it was all.
And then obviously there is
we didn't get to see
a weird theme of BDSM where, spoiler again, Heathcliff obviously doesn't get his way in getting Catherine to leave her rich husband and marry him. So he takes I can't remember her name, but
Nellie? No. Ribbon Girl, right?
Yeah, for his wife, and he essentially lays out what the dynamic's gonna be, where it's like, I'm never going to actually love you, but it becomes like a weird, not even like BDSM, more just like abuse kind of relationship.
It was interesting.
And then like she's like acting like a dog.
Yeah, it was.
But I just wanted it to
funny.
be freakier and sexier.
We had a sex montage with like full clothes on.
I
wasn't expecting anything like Crash and Infinity, or like full like I was not expecting penetration. I was expecting maybe some little salt burning. I was expecting like a grave humping, a vampire.
Now I believe in those joke videos where it's like, oh yeah. Barry Keoghan, like, I didn't even tell Barry to do that. He just started doing that.
He might have brought the freak. He might be the freak.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen to Sabrina Carpenter's album before the breakup, before Man-Child.
And we have not seen Crime 101. We want to see it this week. I've heard that Barry Keoghan's kind of a little psychopath in that too. We'll see.
But,
he was a psychopath in Hurry Up Tomorrow. He's a
psychopath in everything. He was grabbing on the Weeknd's shoulders.
yeah.
And that's one thing.
Shout out to the 8 other people that saw Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Shout out to the 5 men in the screening we saw of Hurry Up Tomorrow.
I saw tears from one of them.
We're not cracking up when we were like, they were like locked in. This was their movie. They were like, I am Abel the Weeknd. But I just wanted Wuthering Heights. That's my thing.
That's really. I really was expecting something.
Yeah, I kind of was like.
I was expecting this to hit the pantheons of the erotic a bit more.
Yeah, ignoring so much of the criticism because I was like, no, I truly believe we're gonna have something sexual and erotic and sensual, and it's gonna make it worth it.
It was surprisingly conservative.
Yeah, but then leaving, it's kind of like. I wanted to see Jacob Elordi cheeks, like from behind, like banging. Like I wanted to see them, like not to say. I want to see them naked. I'm sorry.
I was expecting some drool.
I wanted to see spit play. I wanted to see some spanking.
I was expecting something kind of crazy, but
but not even spank. We're not even. There's no spanking. There's no spit play. There's no. Nothing apart from like a weird attempt of a BDSM relationship, but it just falls more like It unfortunately falls a little bit more 50 Shades of Grey than like actual BDSM, which sucks because 50 Shades of Grey fucking sucks as a BDSM representation.
Like once again, thought the movie was okay. I just I thought it'd be a bit more daring. The movie's fine.
It's
I
serviceable.
I always feel like a movie's fine as long as I walk out and so I think, okay, that's somebody's favorite movie, and I can see that a lot of people, a good amount of people really love this movie, and I'm happy that they found a movie that's for them.
I wanted to walk out of the movie and be able to put like a pinned comment on my little.
I can't believe they did that.
No, a little pinned comment on my little viral video asking for freaky movies, being like, guys, I think Wuthering Heights might be it, but it's not. Like it's for the normies, unfortunately.
Like, is the housemaid freakier?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Right, so I guess aside from a sex scene with
because I'm not when I
I guess a sex scene is not
I'm
like
wanting like a. I don't know, like
I like the romance between the characters. The characters, I got their chemistry. I liked it.
There's a theme in one of the movies we're going to discuss next that I really do enjoy that has a lot to do with BDSM, and this just wasn't it. And the housemaid isn't it either. The housemaid's hilarious.
The housemaid's really fun. It's fun.
It's great.
It's a crowd pleaser.
But yeah, the only. The most positive things I can say about Wuthering Heights is that it's a movie, it's watchable,
it's pretty,
and it's visually so stunning. From
anytime Heathcliff's kind of in the fog or like against the landscape, any of the characters against the landscape, actual beautiful shots.
It's beautiful, yeah. One thing I think they actually filmed in the Yorkshire Moors. My home county, which
Yorkshire.
We both love.
Yorkshire.
I love Yorkshire. But it's visually stunning. And going back to what I said in Dracula about how I'm kind of like a stickler for historical accuracy and costuming, this is one of those moments where I don't feel that at all, really. Because from the outset of the movie, we're given very strange architecture, food.
I was also expecting the movie to be a bit more surreal as well.
Yeah, a little bit too, but also from the from the outset, I'm like, I'm not expecting accurate costuming, and you don't get accurate costuming, but you get very nice costuming.
Yeah,
it's serviceable. It's also not as shocking. Not as
thing is that I think
it's not as surreal as I wanted. I wanted to be like a real 1800s surrealist costuming.
As I think about it, I'm like, I actually like the wardrobe in the way a lot in the way that the movie is freakier. Like when Margot Robbie's wearing that crazy weird like latex thing, that would have been sick.
But a latex
Cut it off.
But also like imagine like an 1800s gown with like a BDSM harness on top.
Imagine they cut that little latex thing down and you got to see it like peel and like whoa. That would have been like a unique shot, very crazy. A little freaky, a little sexy. Would have been so cool.
Add in some latex hand gloves.
Would have been cool.
In.
There, you had the flesh wall. There's.
Yeah.
I guess I wish the movie was a little less mainstream. I guess it was what it comes down to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's our thing.
But the movie, I guess, it was too expensive to not be mainstream.
Like I feel I'm like low-key scared we're exposing ourselves as like freaks, but like we both just like I expected it to be freakier. Yeah. I expected it to be more erotic, more.
And I'd heard that the book was like for the yearners. You said that they never, apparently according to people, they never actually kiss in the book. I thought we were just gonna turn everything completely on its head and just go crazy. And I guess the marketing and my own expectations got to me a bit, where I was expecting more.
Yeah, I think we're really. Spoke about what we want to speak about. I just want to make a note that, like, shout out to Martin Clunes. Your portrayal as the dad was, like, pretty...
Oh, he was great.
Good. And also, Doc Martin is a goated show, so... So, the last... it's kind of like the last movie / 2 movies, because it's a volume 1 and 2 that we want to talk about, isn't actually a new release, but we did see it in the movie theater. We saw Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2 yesterday, which was Valentine's Day. Like I said in the intro, we did see it with Uncomfortable Brunch, and they were showing it at the Sunray Cinema in Tampa. And this is our first time seeing it. Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2 is directed by Lars von Trier. I believe it's a Dutch film.
Ah.
Yes, Danish, Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
It includes a cast of Charlotte Gainsbourg, Stellan Skarsgård, Stacey Martin, Shia LaBeouf, Christian Slater, Jamie Bell, Uma Thurman, William Dafoe, and Mia Goth.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you want to talk about this movie? I know some people might consider sacrilege to consider it to talk about both movies in like one half, but do you want to talk about just Volume 1 and Volume 2? Let's do it that way.
Yeah, so Volume 1 is rated 3.5 on Letterboxd. Mm-hmm. And I rated the first volume 4.5, and you also rated it 4.5.
Yeah.
So, as the title suggests, Nymphomaniac follows the life story as being told by a nymphomaniac. So the movie starts out where Stellan Skarsgård's character discovers an unconscious woman. She looks like she's been beat up or something bad's happened to her. Just lying on the floor. He takes her home to his home.
And he's a curious kind of guy.
Yeah,
they get to talking.
Yeah, puts her in his bed, gives her clean sheets, new pajamas, and then just starts to listen to her story.
And then just ask for a story, and she gets to telling it.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are your thoughts off rip? What do you
I love the first volume.
First volume is very good.
Hilarious. It's actually unlike anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, you like a lot of things. I straight up, I didn't know you were like allowed to do that. A lot of stuff in a movie.
Yeah, like
I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
I say, we're kind of on our freaky movie quest to like just discover stuff.
Not Renaissance. That's like rebirth.
Yeah, I've never seen like full on penetration.
I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
I was like scared at one point. I was like, do people know we're showing this thing? Like, I was like scared we were gonna get like raided and like arrested for watching stuff like this at one point.
Really?
I mean,
Whoa.
a little bit. I was like,
in the very beginning.
When I saw full penetration, I was like, oh my god, this is like we're watching like porn in a theater. Like, I didn't know this was allowed. Is this allowed in the state of Florida?
I don't know.
But saying that, it was just really good. Exactly. Unlike anything I've ever seen. The first volume it's actually like,
it's really funny
and
really
charming and heartfelt. Yeah, and then like
the dynamic between the two leads, Stellan and Charlotte Gainsbourg. Like it's I love the dynamic between the two characters. It's where she's telling her story from the perspective of a nymphomaniac that's like that believes she's a bad person, and she's telling her story, and at every turn, Stellan Skarsgård's characters relating her experiences to almost a completely unrelated anecdotes.
Yeah, like
just
fly fishing, Fibonacci,
just
sequence.
And saying, okay, you're a nymphomaniac, but is that it really any different than a drug addiction, a gambling addiction? Just really be how you're judging yourself so harshly for just being an addict, the same as literally any other thing. And so the movie kind of is sitting there. This first half, it's kind of sitting there with this character trying to portray themselves as the worst possible, and saying, "Oh, you're just like a person. Like, why do you think you're so bad? Is it because it has to do with sex?" And and Stellan Skarsgård's character is kind of the foil to her, naive optimism or kind of whimsy to her like self-punishment and her own self-damnation.
Yeah.
It's a really cute dynamic where she'll tell some story that's absolutely to her proof that she's horrible, and like, oh, that's kind of like fly fishing. You were wading the pond.
Yeah, it's yeah. And we really like you get a sense for who this character, because she tells her story right from the first moment she discovered that she was a nymphomaniac.
Mm-hmm.
So from very young age.
A lot of things in movies, I was like, this is in the very beginning, so I was like raising an eyebrow a little bit in her first anecdote talking about how she was a nymphomaniac from 2 and then to like the age of like 6 or 7 or something.
Yeah. And there's obviously sad moments in it. We get to know her like relationship with her family, where she doesn't really have a relationship with her mum, but she's very, very close to her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And like we get this like it's like horrible like scene of like her dad being sick and dying and how she deals with that, and
it's never really, death isn't pretty.
Yeah, it's
sad.
really, really sad. And I think it's like beautiful in that way.
This first half is actually so...
Yeah, the first half is really, really good.
There's a little intermission. I was like, wow, I didn't expect this movie to be so touching and so lovely and so comedy. It's like very very sweet to... and there's a dark side to that, but we'll get to that. But the first half is really lovely. It's a 2-hour plus movie, but the whole time I had no sense for when I was going to end. I kind of
me neither.
I didn't even want it to end. I was enjoying the whole ride, honestly.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about in this movie, but we're only kind of came into the first half right this second, but truly, this first half, I love it. I loved it. I loved the dynamic. I loved the emotion. I loved the humor. Meanwhile, people were absolutely just raw dogging it. It was almost surreal to see this kind of thing on a screen in a theater.
Yeah, so I did actually look up like what, because I was like, was it the actual actors? That
I like a lot of questions
sex?
come up in your mind.
And apparently, let me look at my notes. The director did say that to produce the scenes of simulated sex, they used digital compositing to basically like superimpose the genitals of pornographic film actors onto the bodies of the actual actors.
So this director's like a porn director too.
So yeah, they had two sets of actors, the actual actors, and then body doubles who would actually have sex.
Yeah.
So yeah, from above the waist, it's like Stacey Martin, Shia LaBeouf, and then from the bottom, it's the body double. There's a great scene in this movie. So she's telling the story of like some of the men that she's slept with. One of them is a married man, and like
the Uma Thurman bit. That's hilarious.
So she
one of the most hilarious bits I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, genuinely, like, this is one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a movie.
It's got some 3 kids off the street. That was hilarious.
So she basically is having sleeping with this married man.
She has a lot of at this point in the story, she has a lot of lovers that she's kind of got in the rotation. She has the schedule.
And yeah, the married man's like, do you even love me? And
she's just trying to get him out the house.
Yeah, because she's got another guy coming. So she's like, oh, yeah, like, I love you too much, actually. And, like, that's why I can't see you again, because I know you're never going to leave your wife for me. Next scene, he's knocking at her door. He's left his wife. But the wife has followed him and brought the children along with her. And they're, like, watching him go into her apartment. And then, like, what just ensues is, like, absolute chaos.
Come, children, come.
Yeah,
do you
like,
want to see the bed where it happened?
Is like, it's like, actually, like, genuinely.
It's so overly dramatic, and it's so fun. It's so ridiculous, and there's an air of uncomfortability while Uma Thurman's character is going to hysterics, and
so good.
it's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And
That's like when I was watching this scene, I was like, this is like one of the best scenes I've ever seen in like a movie theater. Like, this is hilarious and also like sad and crazy. And I was like, I love this.
Yes. And so it's absolutely like, well, Uma Thurman's character is absolutely being completely emotional and hysterics. Kind of fast forwarding a bit, the main character, the nymphomaniac in question, she reveals that this absolutely ridiculous situation, this highly emotional situation, this highly uncomfortable situation, it made her feel nothing. And so that's like a good moment of a revelation for her of her character that, dang, she's really just going through the motions. She's this ridiculous thing, this outrageous thing, this hysterical thing happened. It's just, I didn't really, like, I knew it was crazy, but I
just
didn't care.
The bit where...
children.
Is it okay if I show the children the whoring bed?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's insane. That's so good. But, like...
Might want to censor that.
But, like... Oh, whoring bed?
The whoring bed.
It'd be fine. And we're not making commission. We're not making money off of it. We're not making money off of it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I've also said penetration and sex.
Penetration
a
and
bunch of
sex
times.
are fine. Boring.
But it's like, I look-y, like, kind of get where Uma Thurman's character's coming from.
Not for real.
Like, oh my god, I would
car?
go insane. Like, it's
The
not.
kids are gonna need therapy, but how I pay for therapy?
It's not great that she's like traumatizing these children, but like, I get it. Like you're a piece of shit.
You're fucking us over, man. Not gonna lie, this is crazy. 20 years, and you're gonna give it up for.
He said we could have everything, but I don't need it.
Oh,
do you want the car? Well, I guess we gotta get used to public transportation now.
Even and then when the main character's other partner. Shows up and it's like, wow.
A menage a trois.
Well,
I could never live this dangerously.
I never was that open-minded, but I guess that's on me.
Yeah, it's like, literally when I was watching it, I was like, this is like one of the best scenes that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And that's like what really like solidified the first volume of being like such a good.
It's so good. It's a good black comedy. It's good.
It's so good.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, and then do you want to move on to volume 2?
Yeah.
So, volume 2 is very much not super similar. There's still some funny moments.
It's the bitter to the first one, sweet.
And they have a conversation, the two main characters, at the beginning of the second volume, talking about the separation of Christianity, of how they become East and West, and how the Western is more based in suffering, and their icon is the crucifixion of Christ, whereas in the East it's more the birth of Christ and Mother Mary, and that really sets out the two movies, where although there is like a really sad part in the first one, it's definitely more rooted in like fun and comedy, optimism, and the second one is just miserable and traumatic and kind of rough to get through in a way.
No, the movie clearly wants to make the viewer uncomfortable, clearly wants to challenge the viewer, or even annoy the viewer, or even piss off the viewer. It feels like that's absolutely the goal, and it's definitely an interesting viewing experience. There's a lot. It dares to try to offend almost every sensibility. We hit everything. We hit racism. We hit pedophilia. We hit. What else is there? There's a insane scene that we will get to.
She also like sympathizes with Hitler at one point.
Yeah, it's Hitler. That's everything in there. It's all in there.
Yeah.
The movie really wants you to be uncomfortable and does everything it can in its power to get you to get there. So first half.
Yeah, what did we rate? So on Letterboxd, the second volume has 3.3. I rated it a 3, and you rated it a 3.5.
Pending. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, originally mine was a 3.5, but quite quickly after we left the movie theater and we were discussing it, I was like, actually, this is like a 3. I like, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, kind of like didn't enjoy it that much, but I like in its own right, it still does work as a volume 2 to the first one. So it's still stuff I've never seen on screen before. It's a story that, although tragic, like has a right to be told, and I believe that's why I still have it at a 3.
Yeah, it's off rip though. You know, we got a little hints in the first one. This one we're kind of confronted very early on. It's like, okay, main characters. She's a little racist. She's kind of like a casual racist. I don't think they have rights, but in a
kind of like
they're different
and more of like a fetishization kind of way of it.
Yeah, they are very othering. In a way, and it's one thing I thought when I was seeing the poster of a couple of posters for this movie, the one with like all the characters on there, was like, a lot of white people. It's not like it's crazy. A lot of movies have a lot of white people. It's like, a lot of white people. Not like it's not trying to say that the setting kind of lends itself to not having too many too many people of color, but
no, it's based in England.
I know. I was trying to give a little benefit.
No,
of the doubt.
Yeah. I think that it's, although like it. We're not trying to get into whether anything like that. It's intentional.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we kind of get to, like, although she's like, she kind of has this argument that she's like she's just an innately bad woman, and like Stellan Skarsgård's character is like trying to argue against it. It's like kind of the bad things you've done as being by your own choices. It's not that you're like innately a bad person, a sinful person. No, you're like actively making these bad choices.
Yeah, and you're an addict. This is not like
it comes from addiction.
This is not like some uniquely evil thing you're doing. A lot of times in the second volume, we're presented with where the main character is kind of straight up annoying.
Yeah.
They take contrarian takes to what are maybe the typical politically correct response, like, oh, you shouldn't call this people this. You shouldn't. You think abortion is okay? Well, like, I mean, this isn't. I mean, like, let's drop the facade.
Yeah.
Right? Takes the most racy, the most offensive opinion she can about some things that are considered socially or morally good, and almost for the sake of, and this is on purpose. This character calls herself rebellious. She will rebel against social norms simply for the fact that she sees herself as an outsider.
Yeah.
And questions those norms almost arbitrarily because she feels on the outside. She feels bitter about that. We're presented with the real ugly side of this character, and while the first one is a lot more optimistic and like, no, you're just a person that's going through addiction. This movie kind of challenges us to say, hey, do you still think that? Look what she did here. Look how she endangered her child.
Yeah.
Look how she thinks about. Look at the thing where that taboo she thinks are true. Think about how she thinks about pedophiles, about people from other countries, about violence, and we're presented with a lot of ugly revelations, and it doesn't give us a straight answer one way or the other what we should think, but it's a very it's raunchy. It's dark. It's ugly.
Yeah, and then in this one we start to there is more themes of like BDSM. She starts to go see. I don't know.
At some point, she is unable to have an orgasm, and kind of starts branching out into different different like ways of getting sexual satisfaction, and that's what brings her to BDSM.
Yeah, I don't know what the opposite of what the male version of a dominatrix is.
Domineer?
Domineer, master.
Yeah. She finds a dude that hits.
Yeah, a dude that hits, and like
he's allowed to hit.
It's that to me is like a big representation of her, because it's not specifically addressed, but like he has like this work area which like you would assume that these seemingly middle upper class women are paying for him to do this. And I think that's like a good representation of her class, where it's like she has the ability to be able to pay this man to basically like essentially beat her up.
Yeah, no poor our windshield, our wipe, our blindfolds. Yeah, there was something that shook in the room and threw us off. But that threw me off. What were we gonna say?
Talking about.
Oh yeah, like no person that's really struggling to pay their bills is showing up to get to pay to be ravaged. I think that's like abused.
Her privilege it comes into a lot of her like weird rebellion, where like she feels like it's fine to like spout these like racist ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really affect her, so like whatever.
And then like ultimately her class also like results in her ending, where she has this expensive lifestyle where she's not able to like hold a job down because of her nymphomania. So she results in like she ends up in a life of crime, essentially, and like extortion.
The dark criminal side underbelly of the city.
Yeah.
We're speaking a lot of less specificities of the plot, just because a lot happens.
Yes, it's like 5 hours
happens. But movie is dark. There's straight up getting to probably the most uncomfortable part of the movie. This is a director's cut that was shown to us. There's a full at home self abortion procedure done by the main character with no anesthetics.
Yeah,
it's probably the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen on screen in my life. I wanted to close my eyes and look away for much of it. You know, my initial thoughts were, man, they did not need to put that in there. But it really does cement home the fact that this second half wants to make you uncomfortable. The discussion the characters have afterwards is clearly meant to be completely uncomfortable, with them almost moving forcefully off the topic. It's a movie that just absolutely wants to make you squirm, make you uncomfortable, make you mad. It's almost like the movie just wants to piss you off.
Yeah.
And whether that's good or bad, we'll talk about later. But it's clear at this point. It's like, okay, you're trying to piss me off. I'm not even like, okay, the main character's racist. Yeah, I bet she is. You're trying to piss me off. Yeah. A lot of very interesting movie, and like it's like talking about it in halves, as in volume 1 and 2, almost does feel incorrect, because they're clearly meant to be parts of a whole. But
yeah, I'm glad that we saw it as a full movie.
Yeah. But it's a hard watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to jump straight to the end? Ending?
I'm feeling like we've said what we think about the majority of the movie.
So jumping straight to the ending, and this is probably obviously the most divisive part of this movie. After the story is said and done, Stellan Skarsgård's character puts a nice little bow on the narrative, saying, "Oh, this whole story, your whole struggle, a lot of this would be completely banal, completely boring if you were a man, right? Let's be real. Like, oh, you have a sex addiction. Oh, you do this. The pressures of motherhood are completely different than the pressures of fatherhood. In that, Jerome ditches his kid. You don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Right. But even as a viewer, the way we're shown the way she kind of neglects her motherhood is almost horrifying. But laying it out, a story would be much less interesting if she was a guy. There's a lot where she wants to change the way she lives, in almost a naively optimistic way. But you're rooting for her. You'd like to see this life, that her life so far hasn't been positive for her. The movie looks like it closes off. She says thank you to her new friend. Everything's wonderful. Movie ends. Stellan Skarsgård's character comes back into the room.
Yeah.
Lifts up the covers, dick in hand, trying to jerk it or something, and walks and gets closer to Joe's character, and lights go out, and Joe's character is saying, "What are you doing?" Stellan Skarsgård says, "What? You slept with thousands of men. What's the problem?" And she shoots him, kills him, and runs off.
That's the end. Yeah.
And that's the end. And it's very much such a middle finger.
It was very disappointing because I don't know. It felt to us out of character for this character that we've sat with for 5 hours.
I spent 5 hours with this character. If it feels out of character, I don't think you did the work to show why this reveal happened.
I know that I don't think we mentioned from the first volume was that it's established that Stellan Skarsgård's
This is the beginning of the second volume, actually.
No, it's the first. It's in the first volume.
I thought it was the beginning of the second one where it's like, oh, this is why my story doesn't, or is it in the first one?
No, it's the first volume.
Sorry.
Where it's established that Stellan Skarsgård's character is asexual,
or else believes himself to be.
Yeah.
And be asexual, and like, oh, okay, that's why he's reacting to these stories, not with the titillation of the main character who almost has a sixth sense for what turns men on. She outs him. She's like, oh, you're not into this, and we don't know this fun curiosity, this whimsy's born from the same curiosity you'd have about fly fishing, about video games.
Yeah.
He thinks it's amusing. He thinks it's interesting. He's not titillated by it. He's that sex is no different to him than cooking.
Yeah, so then the ending's just it feels a bit like a slap in the face of it's just the ending was kind of what made me really be I really really didn't enjoy the second volume as much as the first.
And it's a case of straight up, what might have been maybe a 4 straight does go to a 3. It's I don't think the ending makes sense unless the director truly just I guess the point was Stellan Skarsgård's character wasn't asexual, but at that point, why keep his dick limp in that situation? Why not just show why not show a hard dick? Why not do anything? Why not put more hints that he was hiding his true nature? I don't know. Technically, I thought Stellan Skarsgård's performance was amazing, but apparently maybe he's a bad actor because I had no sense that he was hiding some ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Or maybe unless the director lied. It felt shocking. It felt jarring. It felt out of character. It was weird.
Yeah.
Is the point to say that all men are bad? You're a male director, corny. If that's the case, it's a point to say that people can't betray their nature, and in which case I think I must have a fundamentally different idea of human nature than the director, in which case I would never agree with this ending. Mm-hmm. It's jarring, it's odd, and if the whole second half is there to make you uncomfortable. Maybe it is just a middle finger, which cute. I don't like it. Whatever, right? That's cute. You middle finger to me, cool. Fuck you too, right?
Yeah, that's that was it kind of just was it didn't really feel like an ending at all, really.
It was honestly ridiculous. It seemed like a joke.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm less mad about it, more just why did you do that?
Yeah.
I would love to hear director comments. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on that. I just don't understand. Why keep his dick limp?
Yeah.
Why keep his dick limp in the situation? Why not show, oh, wow, he actually was turned on by it. Why keep his dick limp? It seems bizarre. I feel like I'm missing something. If someone, I've seen some discussion from people, and I see people, obviously there's people with our perspective that, oh, this doesn't make any sense. There's people that say, oh, it's obvious. This is the only way it could have gone. Why keep his dick limp? I don't understand.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But second, talking about the second half, this is a side where this, even like the sex on it is more raunchy, more I don't want to say depraved, more gritty than what we see in the first half. It's less romantic in like the literary sense. It's a gritty movie.
Yeah, and then also there's parts where the director like just cuts in like actual kind of like rough like imagery, like where they're talking about they're talking about the abortion, and she compares it to cows in a slaughterhouse, and they like show actual footage of a cow being like killed in a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, they show that snuff footage of that guy falling.
Someone like falling from a building at some point.
Yeah, you clearly want to make me uncomfortable. I get it, but damn, fuck you, man. But yeah, I in all respects, not including the ending, I understand the reasoning of. I understand the message of the second half and what it wants to do. Ending makes no sense, and I'm not gonna pretend the ending doesn't make sense.
No,
I understand wanting to make us uncomfortable, wanting to make us feel gross, wanting to really challenge us to say, hey, maybe this person still deserves to have a life, and I get that. It's a theatrical experience. It's a special movie, but both of them together.
Yeah,
it's a special movie.
Yeah, it's something. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Both of them.
I wouldn't change anything but the last 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, to say that they're both like Volume 1 and Volume 2, they're both so different but so similar at the same time. And I really enjoy that about both of them. Even though if I was to like ever be like, oh yeah, watch Nymphomaniac, I there would be some people I would be like, don't watch the second volume.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah,
it's not for most people.
But like the first one, I feel like anyone who's okay with like.
Maybe
I guess like
crazy.
hardcore sex on screen. Like the first one, I would recommend to people.
Yeah, no, good. It's solid 4.5. Movie's a solid 4.5 for both of us. What stops it from being a 5 for you? Because it's a movie. It does a lot of things well.
I mean, maybe the first one. I could maybe see upon a rewatch moving up to a 5. I do really like it. But I don't know, maybe just the story.
Thing is, like, I almost like the disjointed aspect of it.
Yeah.
I actually kind of love the disjointed aspect of it. There's obviously one big weakness of this first one.
What, Shia LaBeouf's accent?
Shia LaBeouf's accent's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's based in England, and I'm guessing he's supposed to have a British accent.
I do not have an ear for accents. He opened his mouth, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, he sounded crazy.
Yeah, he did. I think, maybe that's one of the biggest detractors.
Great performances from everybody. I like Shia's performance, but this is one of the few times where an accent was a little distracting to me. And a little unconvincing.
Yeah, I think maybe that is one of the... But like I said, upon a rewatch, I could maybe get past the accent and
also hearing how he kind of... I did hear how he kind of auditioned for the role.
I saw some source saying that apparently... how he auditioned for the role in this movie was he basically sent like an actual sex tape.
Shia's been crazy.
Yeah, of him and his girlfriend at the time.
He's been into
the
crazy.
director, and like that's what got him the part.
Crazy for the director to like to like watch the full thing. It's like, oh, you know what? That dick would be perfect for my movie.
This isn't in the first one, but the actors for them being younger and being older are two different actors and actresses. And the switch is quite jarring.
Yeah, no, they throughout the movie, the main actress and a couple other characters, they change. Well, one other character they change as the character's age, or a couple other characters, and there was a jarring change, and I guess it reflects to the main character's kind of self-image a little bit.
Yeah.
Where the time where we see the transition from her young adult self into her current into the current actress was preceded by the line that Jerome said, I had started to let my looks fade or go as times, and that brought it to the current actress, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. But yeah, apart from that, like, everyone else was good. It was just, something about his performance was, like, jarring to watch.
Why the second one gets, like, a 3.5. The ending, like, there's aside from the ending taking off a straight up full point, right?
Yeah, and also, like, I respect what the...
It wants you to wallow in this uncomfortableness, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think the director will be offended by me saying the second part was less enjoyable. It's supposed to be. It's fine. It was less enjoyable.
That's what I was gonna say.
But yeah, that was my thought.
Yeah, I agree. Are you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's all that we watched this weekend. I mean, this week. What do we have in store for next week?
We have a bit of a busy week, but we're hoping to see a mystery movie at AMC on Monday. We might see Crime 101 on Tuesday. Then across the weekend, we're thinking on a double feature. I think there's Kokoho. I think it was like the biggest movie in Japan last year. Mm-hmm. There is Psycho Killer. And then we have a couple of options. You know, we're hoping Pillion finally makes its way into theaters here. So fingers crossed for Pillion. And there's a couple of reshowings. I would like to see Fruitvale Station. I think that's it. Fruitvale Station. Mm-hmm. Of Ryan Coogler's first movie. I'd love to see that. So, and it's re-airing right now for, I guess, Black History Month. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it sounds like we got a stacked week next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed our takes on the movies that we watched this week. And yeah, please like and subscribe and comment, tell us what you think. And yeah. Hopefully we'll do another video next week.
Shaboomazoo.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.